What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now today's going to be a special episode in which I'll reveal which wheels I chose for Project CB9. There are quite a few contenders I was going back and forth on, but believe I went with the right ones as I kept going back to these every time I thought I had my mind made up. Anyhow, we'll go over those other choices a little bit later, but first off, let's open up some boxes, show you what's inside, and go over some wheel specs for the Cord CB7 CB9 platform. Looks like we got a special delivery here from UPS. 3 wheels. I don't know where the 4th one's at. Let's go ahead and get these things out of the rain now. Now, the first 3 wheels arrived the first day, and the 4th wheel arrived a little bit later due to inclement weather, but they have arrived here safe and sound, and we're gonna go ahead and check every single wheel, make sure it wasn't damaged in transit, make sure all the wheels are the same, just in case of an error at the factory. But anyhow, we got 4 Enkei wheels here. Now, I was considering brands of Enkei and JNC, and I landed on Enkei because I just like the design that they've got. So let's go ahead, crack open this wheel, and show you what we got here. All right, let's go ahead and get started and open up this box. Got some good packing going on here. This thick cardboard. And here's the moment of truth we've all been waiting for. And there we have it. This is the Enkei TS5 in a 17x9. These wheels look fantastic. Camera just doesn't do it justice, but this is a matte bronze finish. These also come in a gloss black and a silver finish as well. But I think the bronze color is going to really coordinate with the arcaded green pearl. Let me go ahead and take this wheel out of the box because I got a little bit of shadow action going here so I can get this thing out in the sunlight and show you guys. I've also got the small box right here. And we've got warranty paper. Okay, here it is out in the sunlight. You can get a better idea of the finish on this wheel. Now, this is a matte bronze finish right here. Now, the other 2 wheel choices are gloss black and a glossy silver. And we got a small box right here, which is the center cap. Now, they say to put this Enkei right here, right in line with the air valve stem right here. Clicks into place. You can peel that plastic off. This is a gloss black finish. Now, this is a 5x114.3, so yes, we will be converting Project CB9 to a 5 lug conversion, and that'll have to happen obviously before we mount these wheels and tires. Now, the tire size I'm going to go with is a 235/40/17. It's going to have just a little bit of tire stretch. That way it's going to be able to clear the fenders. I wanted a more aggressive fitment as opposed to the OEM type of wheel fitment, so this is going to be basically flush with the outside of fenders. And that's kind of the look I'm going for. So I think this is going to turn out really well. I'm really happy with this choice. You know, this is a simple 5-spoke design. You really can't go wrong with a 5-spoke. I actually had some Instagram surveys with polls and whatnot of what I should go with. Some of the results were pretty close, but you know, I kept going back and forth to this wheel, so I think this is the right choice. And you know, I just like these details. I like how thick these spokes are. They're not too thick. They're not too thin, and it's got a slight little concave. I don't know if you can kind of see it, but let me pull the wheel up to this concave. You can kind of see the concave a little bit right there, but it's not much. Now, if you went with a 8.5 with an 18, that's got a lot more concave to it. But with some of the details of this wheel, you know, they have the star tapering back into the wheel, not onto the lip. So basically you have a full lip, which is a nice appearance right there. And basically the star just kind of tapers right back down here. And I like these little flat spots right here. And there's some additional details here with the lugs. So you got these indentations right here, and then a raised center cap instead of just a flat center cap area. And this is a really deep area for lug nuts. So there's no reason to get short lug nuts. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you which lug nuts I chose. But you don't need to go with the short lug nuts on this one, like the OEM style. Plus the OEM lug nuts have a round surface area as opposed to aftermarket wheels, which have a 60-degree cone setting. Now, another thing about this wheel, they all have this Enkei sticker right here. I'm not sure if I should leave this on. What do you guys think? Should I leave the sticker on or peel it off? There's already an Enkei symbol right here. And you got your typical Enkei symbol right here over by the valve stem. And then this is the matte technology right here, which is the same technology for the RFP wheels. So these wheels, I believe, are 21 pounds. Now, regarding the weight of these wheels, you don't want super heavy wheels. Now, if you really want to spend some money and you want some wheels that weigh like 15, 16 pounds, yeah, you can drop some serious money, but this car is a budget build, so we're gonna go right in the middle of the line. These wheels weighing at 20.15 pounds, according to the Enkei website. And the center bore of these wheels is a 72.6, and with the Honda hub opening, that's a 64.1. Okay, here is the identifying label on each Enkei box. You got the model of TS5, you got the part number. This ZP indicates the matte bronze, and then you got 17x9, 5x114.3 bolt pattern, 40mm offset, and a center bore of 72.6. These are made in Thailand. Now, if you're gonna buy a set of wheels for your project car, I recommend opening every single box and then doing an inspection. Even though these things came from Georgia, you know, there's some box damage right here. This is pushed in over here. Got some damage right here, some damage right there. Plus on top of the fact that you don't wanna have any mismatched wheels, just in case the manufacturer put a silver wheel within your bronze set. And you don't find that out until 6 months down the road and you can't return them. So just a word of advice here. So we'll go ahead and crack open every single box and do an inspection here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and show you what other wheels I was considering for Project CB9. So we're gonna start off with JNC. This is an affordable wheel company. I think they were priced around $250. So I like this JNC 001, which is like a mesh style wheel. And as you can see, it comes in many colors. And I was particularly interested in this transparent bronze. So I guess this isn't as strong as a color as a typical bronze. They call this transparent bronze. So I presume that this is like an anodized type of finish. Thought it looked pretty unique, but didn't see many examples online of, you know, what it looked like exactly. There was a few pictures on Instagram, but still was undecided. Plus on top of that, I found out the weight of these things are 25 pounds each, which was way too heavy. Kind of defeats the purpose of putting an H22 motor in the car because of all the additional rotational mass. But decent looking wheel, but just way too heavy. Now the next brand of wheel I was considering is Whistler. They actually make some affordable wheels, and the one I was interested in is the KR1, which is a directional wheel. I've always liked directional wheels for some reason, and these kind of struck my eye. and they're priced very affordable. As you can see, $160 a wheel, and weight is 22 pounds, which isn't too bad, I guess. But I'm just not sure what the quality was, and I just really wasn't too impressed with the finishes available, silver, white, or chrome. And if you look at the sizes available, so you got a 17 by 8, which is a 30 offset, or you have a 17 by 9 with a 25 offset. That's going to really make that wheel stick out, and that's just not going to fit the CB platform in my opinion. So I didn't go with these wheels. And last but not least, we go to Enkei. They got a few wheel choices I was interested in, so let's go over those. Now the most popular one here is this RPF1. This is a very lightweight wheel. It's very popular, and it comes in so many sizes, as you can see. A few different finishes as well. So if we're going to go to a 17 by 9, let's just see what that weight was. So 17 by 9, 35 offset, 5x143. Doesn't have the weight listed, but the one right below is 15.65 pounds, which is really light for a 17-inch wheel. But the thing about the 17-inch wheels on this RPF platform is the spokes are basically straight across. It doesn't really have any concave to them when you start going into an 18-inch, and I think 18 inches too big for the CB platform in my opinion. I think 17 is ideal, so I want to stick with that size. So if we go over here to the tuning series, this is where I found what I was looking for. So I did like this T6R. Now when you go to a 17-inch on this wheel, it doesn't look like anything special, but this is probably the 18 by 9.5, which has a nice concave look to it. And I was seriously considering the TFR right here. This comes in a nice copper finish and comes in 17 and 18. So a 17 by 9 with a 40 offset. This weighs at 19.8 pounds. Now I went ahead and experimented with doing some Photoshop on Project CB9, and I just didn't really like the results. I just thought it looked too plain with the spokes and whatnot. So I passed up on this wheel, but I really like this copper finish though. That is very sharp. And you can also get silver and of course black. Now, I did like these TS10 wheels, but they just didn't really have the finish available. I believe they had the copper finish available about 2 years ago and they discontinued it. So this wheel is now only available in silver, black, and gold right here, which I just really wasn't too impressed with. The copper would have been a cool color, but they no longer make that shade. And as you can see here with the size chart, 17 by 9 with a 45 offset, or you can get a 17 by 9 with a 35 offset. 35 will just make it stick out just a little bit more. And then these 5 spokes right here, these are pretty popular, but I just didn't like the spoke design on these and how they came out and just met with the lip. I kind of like the independent lip on the ones I chose, but you can kind of see this design and there's a little bit of concave action to it, but I don't think that's going to be the case for a 17-inch wheel. This is more than likely the 18-inch wheel. So I believe this 5 spoke was just a little too plain for what I was looking for. I passed up on this one. Plus it's only available in silver and black. And last but not least, here's the winner. This is the TS5. Now, every single time I thought I found a wheel for Project CB9, I would always come back to this TS5 page, and these would always be in the back of my mind. And I'm glad I chose these 5 spokes. I mean, you really can't go wrong with a 5-spoke design wheel, very sporty. And I just love the simplicity of this wheel with the independent spokes and how the lip is separated from the spokes themselves. And I believe the weight of these things, going with a 17 by 9 45, is 20.15 pounds, which is not bad. When you start going to the 15-pound range, that's when you're getting into the Volk wheels and the Rega Master wheels, and those are big money. So extra 5 pounds per wheel, not too bad. It's not as heavy as JNC wheels, which is at 25 pounds, so it's kind of like the happy medium right there. Now, regarding the price of these wheels, they're usually priced around $230 to $250 a wheel. So one evening, I went ahead and took this part number right here, and then took the finish, which is ZP, put the ZP after this part number, typed it into Google Shopping, and found that these wheels were on sale for about $217 with free shipping on one website. I've never seen them that low. Did some research on the vendor. Vendor had great results. So I went ahead and placed the order. Went with a very smooth transaction. So 3 hours later, I received confirmation that the wheels have been assigned a tracking number. And then I received the wheels about 3 days later. So they came all the way from Georgia, 3 of them came one day and the 4th one came the next day, which I guess that was just a UPS mishap, but all 4 of them went okay in shipment. So I gave my best attempt at doing some Photoshop. Found a picture of another car owner with these same wheels, obviously had tires on them. So I took one app and I cut the wheel and tire out, and I opened up another app and I pasted onto a picture of Project CB9 in the exact same position as the other car owner. And then I was able to adjust the proportions of the wheel and tire, and then also raise them up into the fender well to simulate a lowered car. I think it looks pretty phenomenal, so let me know what you guys think of this. But I'm pretty happy with my purchase, and I'm looking forward to mounting some tires on these things and seeing how they look on Project CB9. It's really gonna set this car off, I believe. All right, guys, that is all the time I got left for today's episode. Let me know what you guys think below in the comments if I went with the right wheel choice for Project CB9. And if I chose wrong, which wheel would have you went with? And last but not least, regarding this Enkei decal on the wheel spoke, should I keep it on here or remove it for a cleaner look? Now, if you guys like this episode, please give me a thumbs up. For channel updates, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Have a great day.